What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today I want to talk about something that has been a hot topic amongst a lot of people talking about it in the fitness industry. And I was actually on my way to the mall with Aaron to do Christmas shopping. Or was that where we were? Or I think that's where we were. Yeah, because we took an Uber up there. And I actually saw the video and showed it to her on Instagram of Luimarco and William Bonac. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. Now, let me start off by saying I like Louis. I've always got along with him. I don't see any issues with what he does. He does his own thing, which is pretty much what all of us do. He does it on his own page, which means he doesn't go to someone else's page and fuck with them. If he has an opinion, he just puts it on his own page, which I personally think that's how things should be. And you don't go seeking out someone else's page and fucking with them on there and fucking with them fans. They're fans. You just do it on your own thing. And if people don't want to look at it, they just don't have to look at it, right? I mean, if you don't want to watch a video or look at a post, you just don't look at it. Now, I think for whatever Luimarco said about Bonac, because he says he didn't say anything, whatever. Anyways, whatever he said was his prerogative to say, and I don't really see anything wrong with it. Now, because I like Louis, you're probably like, oh, of course you're sticking up for Louis, Jerry. Here's the deal. I don't know William Bonac. I've never met him. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, so I apologize if I am. But I also think he was right for doing what he did in confronting Luimarco face to face. Honestly, in this day and age with the internet, you know, when people say shit to other people, there's always like no consequences, right? So they just keep doing it and fucking they go, just get over it. It's just online. No, it's a way of bullying someone and being a coward and not letting them fight back. Because if you fight back, they got you, right? So instead, this Bonac guy, who's obviously a true alpha, walks right up to the guy he has a problem with, doesn't hit him, doesn't fight him, but lets him know, I'm not happy with what you did, right? And he let him know, if you do this shit again, I'll fuck you up, right? He didn't do anything. He could have attacked him, right? He didn't do that. He just looked him in the eye, face to face, like fucking, and you could tell. You could tell by looking at his face and his body language and what he was saying. He meant it. Like, stop, or I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of you. He gave him fair warning face to face, but the people online are not used to being confronted face to face. You know what I mean? It's not about, you know, who can fucking say the most shit and get away with it. You know, back in the day, and Bonac probably comes from a place like this, if I was at the gym and someone said, hey, Jerry, what do you think about Jeff's physique? And I'm like, Jeff, that fat fuck, he's a fat piece of shit, right? You better fucking be ready when Jeff hears that to come fucking walk in the gym and have Jeff face to face with you, wanting to know why you said what the fuck you said, and pay the price for whatever the fuck it is you did. It's not like that anymore. Now, if a Bonac had gone in there and fucking just hit him, I'd be like, that's wrong. Like, he just assaulted him, but he didn't. He went in there, looked at him face to face, and warned him. And I think that, honestly, it should be more like that nowadays. I think that people think, well, I can just say whatever I want. It's my opinion, which is true. But you have to realize, once something comes out of your mouth, you can't unring that bell, okay? And there's no such thing as, well, it's my right, it's this, it's that. Listen, if you invoke a response out of someone who is upset because of something you said, you should be willing to at least look at that person and say, okay, fuck, I pissed you off. That's not what I was trying to do. Or just fucking, you know, ignore them, whatever the case may be. But when, you know, that person who's upset by it, it's not like he has to just sit there and take it. I don't know where this came from nowadays. I think everybody seems to think that, like, well, it's just online, it's just this, it's just that. It's online has formed a new way and found a new way to fucking bully people. So basically, you want the person, like, let's in this instance, William Bonac, to be like a fucking punching bag, right? Put his hands behind his back, fucking handcuff him, and just let somebody punch him. And I'm not saying Luimarco punch him, because Louis said he didn't even say anything bad, and I don't even know what was said. But I'm just saying, for instance, I'm using William as an example, and we'll just use Louis, even though Louis, I don't think you did anything wrong. But, you know, handcuff William Bonac and let Louis just punch him in the face over and over again, and William just fucking do nothing about it? No, that would never happen. Well, that's what this shit in cyber fucking world is, right? Cyber fucking punching in the face over and over again, and you just expect the person to take it. And when people get upset and crack, people make fun of them. They fucking talk shit about them. They damn them for saying shit when they have been fucking antagonized and pushed and pushed and pushed, and none of these motherfuckers watching have ever been antagonized like that before. Like, they, you know, people that say, he should have never said that, you've never been antagonized like that. You've never had someone coming after you consistently over and over again, that person's fans coming after you, fucking with you. You've never had that happen. So don't talk about this fucking, they should do this, they should do that. You know what you should do? Stay the fuck out of it and let these two fucking go at it. That's my personal opinion. So, you know, in closing, again, I think that Louis has the right to say whatever he wants to say on his own channel and his own pages, which I really don't think is overstepping any boundaries. Now, whether, you know, people think he's qualified to do with this, that, or whatever, it's just his opinion. You know, you don't really have to be qualified to give an opinion, because it's an opinion. And as much as, you know, most people will hate to admit this, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, there's a lot of people I don't agree with their opinions, but, you know, I also don't want to punch them in the face because of it, you know. Well, maybe a couple of them, but anyways. And it's also William's right to approach someone face to face and tell them that they're upset with what the fuck they said, and if they do it again, there's going to be a problem. Like, it's both of them were well within their rights of doing what they did, and it came together, and lo and behold, what happened. Louis said, I don't know what you're talking about. William said, well, just don't let it happen again. They parted ways. There's a bunch of videos from it. I don't think that I don't think that William and Louis are going to have a cage fight anytime soon. I don't think that's going to happen. But bottom line is, whatever was stirred up in William by William, instead of him fighting back and forth with Louis online and getting other people involved and these fans and those fans and everybody's fucking brawling about because these two had a disagreement, he went face to face with them in person. Just alone, just those two, whether people kept them apart, but face to face, told them this is what's up. Louis said this is what's up, and they fucking parted ways. To me, you can't get more manly than that. What happened at that expo is about as manly and fucking alpha as it gets. A person approaching someone face to face, not being scared. Louis could have been a fucking black belt. Louis could have fucking knew jiu-jitsu. He could have said something to Louis and he didn't know anything about him. He could have fucking dropped him and broke his arm and he wouldn't be able to do the fucking Olympia or any shows this year. It's not about the what actually took place as far as being right or wrong. He walked up to him, fucking said his piece, Louis said his piece, and everybody parted ways. And my question is, what's wrong with that? Because it doesn't happen. There was an individual in 2013 that I had an issue with, and he was pretty well known at the time, and I was on my way up to fucking doing this YouTube stuff. It was just starting to catch speed. And he said some shit, and I saw him at the Olympia, and I made a fucking beeline for him. I went right to his fucking face, and within seconds, the whole thing was over. There was no fight. There was no argument. We fucking figured it out and squashed it. And I bet you right now that person, no matter what, they may not like me, okay? They may not be the biggest fan of me, because I've heard him say, I'm not the biggest fan of Jerry Ward. But I'll bet you sure as fuck that he'll respect me as a man for walking up to his fucking face and saying that, and not fucking hiding, not going after him online, just doing it fucking man to man. I think that aspect has been lost in the last fucking 10 years. And that's why we're so surprised to see it when it happens. But bottom line is, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's pretty much how I grew up, where I came from. That was how it was. If you fucked with somebody, they came after you. Either you sorted it out, fought, something happened. But beware, guys. Just because you're on the internet and you're saying shit and you think you're going to get away with it, mark my words, sooner or later there's going to be, this one wasn't a big deal this time. But sooner or later, you're going to see some shit pop off. It's going to get fucking ugly. And once that first time happens, it's going to open a door for a fucking bunch of shit to happen. So you got your opinions, that's cool. Try to be as respectful as you can. If you don't want to be fine, but be aware that there are consequences and you may have to pay for them. I'm Biostudent. I approve this message, and we're out.